this comb because of who you are.
Because of who I am.
Yes, because he's so picky. I keep this comb separate. And nobody else uses this comb. This is strictly for him, but my tail comb is what I use. So when you're doing cornrows, it's better to have a wire tail comb or this plastic one. Technically, you won't hold the person's head up like this. So you get a good angle from the nose right here coming up. And you go so. And you part it. Some people have crooked head and a big forehead.
My forehead ain't big.
To you.
I know my forehead ain't big.
To you. So you got some pretty hair here. You see that pretty parts?
Day 2. What's good, YouTube? Your boy GOFUNDME, and I'm back with another video for y'all today. So guys, before I even go any further, let me shout out someone for this gift I got. Appreciate it so much. So let me just knock it out before I forget. It's a fan from Angela Anderson. Shout out Angela Anderson. Appreciate you so much. That fan is gonna come in real handy. Right now the weather is real cool these days in Florida, especially at night, so I don't really need it right now. But when I do need it, I'm gonna be, man, it's gonna be amazing. I already know it's gonna be amazing. And it's a clip-on too. Damn, it's a big ass clip, boy. Shit, I need 2 hands for this. But yeah, that's crazy right there, man. Oh shit, I ain't not turned it on. Oh shit. Oh shit. Man, I appreciate that, man. Love and respect to you, Angela Anderson. So guys, right now I'm about to and it's USB rechargeable too, so let me put this back in the bag so that way it's, you know. But right now I'm about to go get some groceries to cook. I'm about to cook some Thai chicken fried rice, and then I'm about to go juice some watermelons. You know, make enough, fill up my water bottle. I'm using the tangerine bottles that I got the tangerine juice in, and I'm just about to fill up hopefully I get like 5 of those, so I'm good enough for like a couple days. And so I'm good for a couple days, and that way I ain't gotta worry about it, buying juice or even making juice. You know what I'm saying? So basically, when these things are taken care of, when it's prepared, all I get to basically focus on what's more important, like work. You know what I'm saying? Putting in work, producing. You know what I mean? And somebody wanted me to, they commented and asked me if I could talk about my short-term and long-term goal on van life, right? Why I started van life and all these things. So while I ride to the grocery store, I'm gonna let you guys know what's up. I got some bird crap on my window, but it's all good though. So basically, when it comes to short-term goal, I don't really feel like I have any short-term goals. It's mainly long-term goals for me. It's always been long-term goals for me. So like, for example, my short-term goals will be basically accomplishing certain things, like visiting certain places, you know, going places I always wanted to go. Like it could be, I really want to go to places like in the mountains and with nice views, you know, and eat and cook and, you know, chill out, you know what I mean? Make some good content for y'all, and, you know, let y'all see the views and all these things too as well, obviously. But that's my, like, my short-term goal stuff, just to like travel, you know. But the thing is too, I also been doing van life before van life was cool. You know what I'm saying? Coming up in the struggle, I slept in my van and my cars many times, you know. It's only now, well, not now, but when I always wanted to travel the world, I always wanted to feed the homeless in a big way. Like the people, like I wanted to touch down in Africa and all these places and feed people and, you know, just care for people like that. You know what I'm saying? I always love doing these things. I grew up like that, seeing my grandmother like feed whoever in the neighborhood would come over, friends, whoever, whatever. It just was in me, you know what I mean? And I know in order for me to do that, I would have to be able to have enough money to take care of myself and to do that too, right? And so I had to focus on basically the putting in the work and figuring out how to get to that money, right? And in order to have the life I want, you know, live the life I want, right? Which is including feeding the homeless and all these things as well, right? Because in order for me to, again, do it, I need to make enough money, right? I could raise money too, but I'd rather just use my own money. And eventually when I'm using, I'm sure people will want to donate and all these things and, you know, get in on it too, which will be cool, you know. But for now, I'm focusing on my own strength. I'm putting it all on myself, like I did my whole life, right? So, but the reason why I started van life is because when I was stressing each day, day in, day out, going, you know, doing certain jobs and stuff I didn't like and all these things, right? And seeing how my life was every day, you know, I didn't know of a way to get to what I want to do. I mean, well, to the goal, basically, right? And, but my whole life, I always put in work, whereas I'm prepared for when the opportunity presented itself, right? I had no clue how I was going to do it. And I remember asking God to please bless me with the life I want. And I promise, you know, I'm going to put in the work and all these things, because these things came natural in my life. I've been like this since I was a kid, you know? All the men in my family, the women in my family, no matter what, however the family was, just like any other family. But when it comes to, you know, basically how we live, right? At the end of the day, all the men and the women in my family was always hard working, construction, all these things. That's how I know how to do all these things, you know? I'm also EPA certified. If you don't know what that is, look it up. You know what I mean? I could do mad stuff, man. So I always been hard working. That was never the problem, right? So I asked God if he could bless me to live the life I want, right? Boom, right? And I'll just keep putting in the work. As you guys see me on, shit, my bad. As you guys see me on, now doing videos, right? These are things I've been doing my whole life. Because I was never gonna settle for less. I understood how my life was when I obviously came into the world as I grew up, and as I been working for years and all these things for years. I stayed at jobs for 6 and how much years, you know? The one thing about me, I could keep a job and all these things. I was good at it, you know? I had good relationships with the company and all these things, so that was never the problem. My problem was me living till I get old and not accomplishing my goals, my dreams, right? Because I know I am gonna be here, you know, once in my life, right? And that's the most thing that was killing me the most. Not being able to accomplish my goals and my dreams. Ooh, that was gonna kill me. And not being able to leave something behind for my kids, you know? Letting them see life for real and what I didn't get to see, right? Which I'm now getting to see as I get older, but it don't bother me at the end of the day, because I already know it's not all about me. You know what I mean? I'm cool with it. You know what I mean? I think about who depends on me, right? That's how I'm able to put in the work even when I don't feel like it, right? Because I'm human, and it has days I don't feel like it. It has days I'm tired and all these things, but it don't work like that. So I gotta keep it going. You know what I'm saying? So now I say all that to come back and say, I saw a YouTube video about a van lifer when I was in my apartment, before I gave up my apartment, right? I was like, that's it right there. I was like, that's it right there. That's the way I'm gonna get to it. Because I realized, right, because in my apartment, I'm paying over $1,200, even though I used to work for them, and they used to hook me up, I ain't gonna lie. They even moved me in before paying my rent, everything. It was, because I was a good worker too. I had a good relationship with them, and they liked me and all these things, right? So I was good, I ain't gonna lie. So it wasn't those things at all. It wasn't making me happy. It was me coming home, doing the same routine forever and ever and ever, right? So I couldn't deal with that at all, you know what I mean? So basically, yeah, like I was saying, when I saw the van lifer, I saw that, you know, they were saving a lot of money, and that would have been a good thing for me if I was able to save a lot of money, because I was paying rent, water bill, sewer. I'm paying for pool and gym and all these things when I don't really need it, because I'm used to going to my regular gyms and all these things. But when you live in a complex apartment and stuff, you're obviously paying for all these things, right? So the sun's kind of hot, man. I don't want my camera to burn out. It normally just be burning out and just shutting off. It's crazy. I gotta get a real new vlogging camera, but eventually that's coming, yo. But yeah, so when I saw that, I was like, wow, man, I'll be able to do a whole lot of stuff and keep climbing until I get there. And those times I was doing Instagram, I was still doing real good on Instagram too. I was killing it on Instagram. Because at the end of the day, I saw it as if, I never saw it as, oh man, what if well, it had times. But when I saw it at times, whereas, what if it don't work out? When I got into the truth, right, the Bible, and I understood, when I saw the scripture and it said that all I gotta do is believe and it'll happen, that was it for me. It was a wrap, because I couldn't argue if I'm not even believing and getting upset that stuff's not working out. But I'm doing it halfway. I'm doing it one day I'm 100, next day I'm 50%, all these things, right? It's not gonna work. So in my head, I'm like, if I give them something that they cannot refuse, there's basically nothing to talk about. End of story. So as you guys see, if you saw my Instagram page, my fitness page, right? I know if I went if I went crazy hard and I developed a physique that will blow people's mind, that you don't just see everywhere. I already grew up in the struggle, so it was enough for me. I didn't need no boost. I didn't need no motivation. I didn't need none of that. All I knew was I'm gonna get what I deserve, and I knew I had to make a way for my kids and all these things like that. If I'm at a certain point in life, I can help my mom, I can help my brother, etc., etc. That's what goes through my mind. That's what keeps me going. That's what gets me to where I'm at today, right? I just immediately made my mind up. I said, okay, I know I had to make certain sacrifices. I know I have to sell all my stuff. I had my whole gym set. I had all kinds of stuff in my apartment, because I also used to get a bunch of brand new free stuff from just by working there. And it was a rich complex apartment, whereas people would throw a lot of stuff out or put it to the side, and I was working there, so I got keys for every apartment, in and out, whatever, right? Plus I got to know people there, etc., etc. So I had a whole lot of brand new dishes, all kinds of stuff in my apartment. I had everything. I can't lie about that. But I know I had to sacrifice, because I couldn't take all that with me. I'm about to live a minimal lifestyle, right? I also love being, like you guys know, I've said it before, being alone and all these things. But it even got better because the space was smaller, right, compared to the apartment, because it was bigger, right? I had to get rid of my puppy, all these things, right? Because I know I couldn't I couldn't do it right away with him in here, all these things, all that, right? It was basically grind mode on another level, right? I didn't know what I was about to experience, all these things, right? I started learning more about van life and actually doing a build out and all these things, because normally I was used to just regularly sleeping in my car because I was struggling at those times. Now at the time I decided to leave my apartment, I wasn't struggling. Everything was good at those times. That's when I was good to go. I had the car. I wasn't walking to work anymore. I wasn't riding my bike to work anymore. I had the car I wanted, which was a Mazda RX-8. It was crazy. And I mean, I'm gonna get that back one day soon. But yeah, so sold the car, got the van, gave up my apartment, sold everything in my apartment, because I know the long run for me in van life is, one, I fell in love with it, so I know I'm gonna stay in a van for a long time. It's just gonna be a bigger van eventually, Lord willing. And at the end of the day, I'll be able to save more money, be able to invest in certain things, whereas I could come up on enough money to do the things that I said I wanted to do and execute. I'll be able to travel. I'll be able to leave something behind for my kids and invest in something. Exactly what I'm supposed to do, right? As my responsibility, right? And all these things. And by the time I'm done at the end of the road, I could go back to an apartment, go back to a house, whatever I feel like. Because by then I did it. I went through the sacrifices. I dealt with the struggle. I did it all, right? And that's really the long run for me. I'm not really thinking about the short-term goals. The short-term goal is mainly, like I said, for me, like doing a little traveling, and doing things I never did in my life, going places I never got to go in my life, right? Coming from a small, island in Trinidad, when you're at a place like that, right, and places like that, you really gotta, I guess it has a lot to do with how you came up and all these things, and which forms your mindset and turns you into a certain type of animal, because you could certain circumstances and the way you grew up could turn you into a killer because you're so upset, you're angry with your parents, all these things, right? And other people like myself could turn into a positive, in a sense as I'm not about to. The only way I'm losing is if I'm dead. If I'm breathing and I'm alive and I got opportunity, it's a wrap. And now I'm saying these things now. These things would go through my head day in, day out. Day in, day out. Going to work, clocking in, coming back. Day in, day out. Going to my apartment. Go to sleep. Buy some food. Cook some food. Eat. Wake up. Gym. Boom. Whatever. But at the end of the day, I knew if I didn't at least have a routine to stay in tip-top shape, to eat healthy, to keep the mindset, to stay focused on the goal and what I want, right? I wouldn't be prepared for when the opportunity presented itself like it did now, right? I wouldn't be so, I wouldn't have hustle in me. I wouldn't, you know what I'm saying? And I'm talking about, I lived in New York, right? So I'm walking to work in the snow, can't feel my toes. From then I saved up enough, got a bicycle, riding, got attacked by dogs. It was crazy because I gotta leave when it's dark, probably like 4 in the morning to get there for 5, come back home when it's dark as well. So it was a routine, and all going through all these things, I didn't know how I was gonna get to the goal, but I knew what I wanted to do. It's way later on down the line. That's why you gotta understand, for those who don't know, right, who's confused as well, right, in getting there and how they're gonna get there. For some people it might be a lifetime thing. That's why you got to take your time and just focus on the process, bro. I promise you, you can never go wrong when you focus on the process. When you hungry, you're greedy, you want to get there quickly, you want to do shortcuts and all these, you know what I'm saying? You're going to lose. Guarantee you're going to lose. Stay down, focus on the process. Do not give up no matter what. Do not give up no matter what. That's really the long term. The short term, like I said, for van life, the reason why I started van life is I wanted to, live the life I wanted to live, right? And van life was a way out. Van life was the way for me to get into wherever I want to be. Because after I get to where I want to be, because of the decisions I made, the sacrifice and all these things, I will be able to do whatever I want to do, right? Because having money gives you that opportunity, gives you that choice, right? Gives you options, right? So that's really what it is, man. That's really what it is. So at the end of the day, I really didn't know how I was gonna execute. I didn't know, but all I know was I wasn't stopping. Every day I still went to the gym. I didn't care if it was 2 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning. And my schedule for work was I always had to wake up at 5 early. So had times I didn't even sleep from the day before. Didn't matter to me, bro. Because one day I'll be able to have as much time as I need to. You know what I'm saying? So that's for that person who asked me to, you know, talk about that. You know, that's what it is. You know what I mean? For me, my short term was basically obviously seeing the world, which will be temporary. Long term is when I'm done, I'm a little older where I could barely do stuff. I've invested in certain things where I could maintain my lifestyle. I left stuff for my kids so they don't have to struggle. They could invest and, you know, have a good life as well, etc., etc. So that's really what it is to me. At the end of the day, when it's time for me to go, I did my part. That's it, bro. I'm straight. I ain't worried. I can't take none of these material things with me, which is why when I have enough, even when I don't have enough, I'll still give you half of what I have, because I really don't, bro. It's bigger than that, bro. It's bigger than that, bro. Bigger than that. You know what I'm saying? This is real life. That's why when you say certain things, because there's a lot of people who talk, right? Today they could talk, oh, I'm gonna be this and I'm gonna be that. Now, if it took them a couple years to get there, within the time frame, you could quit, because, you know, you won't feel the same tomorrow. So this is not a game. You really got to be a different animal, right? Your emotions can be involved. You got to be able to know how to balance these things. If you don't know how to balance it, you're in trouble, man. You're in trouble. There's people who don't want to see you happy, all these things. So it's not a game, it's real life, you know? Me personally, I'm not, you know, I'm ready for whatever. I've been like this my whole life, man. I've been like this my whole life. You know what I'm saying? I've been like this my whole life. You know? But it's all praises to the Most High, though. Because a lot of things held me back, which is why I'm only doing it when I got to this age. I would have been here in my 20s if I really had the right mindset, if I wasn't as hot-headed back then and all these things, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, so that's what it is. But I'm gonna go into this grocery store, grab this chicken, stuff like that, and cook this food because I'm starving. Then I want to make my juice, and I gotta read my Bible, you know, give some time to the Most High. Walmart I came to didn't have the watermelon, so I had to go to a whole nother Walmart to get it. So I got like 4 of them. So I'm about to cook first. So I got food ready for later, and then I'm about to go juice those watermelons. So I got juice for like the rest of the week. And then I'll be able to focus on putting in work. Got enough food, enough juice, you know what I'm saying, to nourish my body, keep my energy, all that, you know, all that good stuff. And I can just focus on producing, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, we gonna get this food cracking right now. So right now I gotta boil the rice first because I'm gonna mix the rice in with the chicken. So the rice got to be ready when the chicken's done. And I don't want to now be boiling the rice when the chicken's done, you know what I'm saying? That way I'm kind of on time with everything. I ain't gonna lie, I can't wait for this food, man. I'm starving. I'm starving. I'm starving. Alright, so we got the rice going. Now I'm about to wash the vegetables to put in the rice. Got some ginger, cilantro, green onions, red onions, and some garlic. vegetables for the rice. Fry it up a little bit. It's already done. And I overcooked the rice. Well, it was already pre-cooked, so you know it got too soft, so I'm gonna use this fresh pack. Shit. In there, and then I'm gonna mix everything back up. And that's a wrap. Let this fry up for a little bit.
Don't wanna sleep in, cause I got something to prove. I gotta take what I hate and finally make a move. I think of you and all the shit you don't do. Well, I'ma make hella sure that I don't become you. I have no regrets, yeah, I'll tie my chest. I'll never forget what it's like to be in debt. Been stabbed in the back bed, I'll show you what happens. Pass me the...
Alright guys, so that's a wrap. Food's done. I'm gonna give you guys a quick taste test. Boom. In the recipe it had carrots, but I didn't want to add no carrots in mine. I'd rather not. So I just add cilantro, green onions, and I think that was it. Wow. Wow. Man, I did it again, boy. Look at that. Wow. So now I'm gonna go finish my food, reading my Bible, then I gotta go juice these watermelons and call it a night. Probably hit the gym when I'll hit the gym tomorrow night, because I got a few things I need to do. Plus that, to juice those watermelons gonna take me like probably an hour or two. So but yeah though, I'm gonna see you guys on the next one. I appreciate y'all for watching. Please smash the like button, subscribe, turn on the post notification bell. If you guys choose and want to support the movement, the channel, you could do so by hitting the Cash App, the PayPal, and I have the wish list so far down below. Alright? In the description down below. Peace.